And today we're looking at Psalms 29, focusing on verse 9 through 11 for the exposition. Let's go ahead and read the Psalms then, starting at verse 1. Ascribe to the Lord, O heavenly beings. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name. Worship the Lord in the splendor of holiness. The voice of the Lord is over the waters. The God of glory thunders. The Lord over many waters. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars. The Lord breaks the cedars of Lebanon. He makes Lebanon to skip like a calf, and Syrian like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord flashes forth flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Verse 9. The voice of the Lord makes the deer give birth, and strips the forest bare. And in his temple all cry, Glory. Verse 10. The Lord sits enthroned over the flood. The Lord sits enthroned as King forever. Verse 11. May the Lord give strength to his people. May the Lord bless his people with peace. And so for the exposition, verse 9. The voice of the Lord maketh the hinds to calve. Those timid creatures, in deadly fear of the tempest, drop their burdens in an untimely manner. Perhaps a better reading, the oaks to tremble, especially as this agrees with the next sentence, and discovereth the forest. The dense shades of the forest are lit up with the lurid glare of the lightning, and even the darkest recesses are for a moment laid bare. The gloomy woods start at the flash, and from their deep recess, while flaming out, their trembling inmates shake. Our first parents sought a refuge among the trees, but the voice of the Lord soon found them out and made their hearts to tremble. There is no concealment from the fire glance of the Almighty. One flash of his angry eye turns midnight into noon. The gospel has a like revealing power in dark hearts. In a moment it lights up every dark recess of the heart's ungodliness, and bids the soul tremble before the Lord. In his temple doth every one speak of his glory. Those who were worshipping in the temple were led to speak of the greatness of Jehovah as they heard the repeated thunderclaps. The whole world is also a temple for God, and when he rides abroad upon the wings of the winged, all things are vocal in his praise. We too, the redeemed of the Lord, who are living temples for his Spirit, as we see the wonders of his power in creation and feel them in grace, unite to magnify his name. No tongue may be dumb in God's temple when his glory is the theme. The original appears to have the force of everyone crieth glory, as though all things were moved by a sense of God's majesty to shout in ecstasy, Glory, glory. Here is a good precedent for our Methodist friends and for the Goganthians of the zealous Welsh. Oh well. Verse 10. The Lord sitteth upon the flood. Flood follows tempest, but Jehovah is ready for the emergency. No deluge can undermine the foundation of his throne. He is calm and unmoved, however much the deep may roar and be troubled. His government rules the most unstable and boisterous of created things. Far out on the wild waste of waters, Jehovah plants his footsteps in the sea and rides upon the storm. Yea, the Lord sitteth King forever. Jesus has the government upon his shoulders eternally. Our interests in the most stormy times are safe in his hands. Satan is not a king, but Jehovah Jesus is. Therefore let us worship him and rejoice evermore. Verse 11. Power was displayed in the hurricane, whose course this psalm so grandly pictures. And now in the cool calm after the storm, that power is promised to be the strength of the chosen. He who wings the unerring bolt will give to his redeemed the wings of eagles. He who shakes the earth with his voice will terrify the enemies of his saints and give his children peace. Why are we weak when we have divine strength to flee to? Why are we troubled when the Lord's own peace is ours? Jesus, the mighty God, is our peace. What a blessing is this today! What a blessing it will be to us in that day of the Lord, which will be in darkness and not light to the ungodly. Dear reader, is not this a noble psalm to be sung in stormy weather? Can you sing amid the thunder? Will you be able to sing when the last thunders are let loose and Jesus judges, quick and dead? If you are a believer, the last verse is your heritage, and surely that will set you singing. Yo, what a mighty psalm, what a beautiful psalm, how it brings joy and peace and power and majesty and strength of our God. Oh, hallelujah. Well, trust you enjoyed this meditation. Michael here, yet again declaring, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be